Welcome to the new series where we're going to take the Speed Triple back to its former glory because it's got a few little quirks. So there are a few bits and bobs that I need to do on this bike. One that I inflicted onto the bike myself, which is where I dropped it and put a fat off dent in it. But it was going to get resprayed anyway, but now it also needs a dent fixed. I also changed the indicators recently, but now they don't work, but the indicators themselves work. There's something wrong with the bike. I've also got no front brake, so as soon as I pull the lever, nothing happens, which I found out on my trip down to Hailing Island, which is never a fun time. But today, of course, besides all of that, we have to do the most important modification or improvement, let's say, which is the exhaust. So let's do that. I didn't want to go for something too cheap, nor something ridiculously expensive. I wanted something that was best value for money. And after searching the interwebs for a very long time, some of course being from AliExpress and others being kind of qualified for hooligans on 125s, I wanted something that would last a little bit longer, look clean and be a better build quality than this. So that's where I landed with GRmoto. Where you go? So who are GRmoto? So for me, what I found is they're actually a UK-based manufacturer that started in 2015 in a little small workshop in Diss, Norfolk, to now being a global leader in exhaust manufacturing, which is pretty cool in my eyes. They're also on the way to being the first UK manufacturer to be TUV approved, which basically means that if you modify motorcycles or your vehicles out in Europe, this is the one you're going to have to be legally allowed to run it on the streets. For me personally though, it was the more customer service side of it. I went onto the website, they said it would fit a Speed Triple 94R. Mine is not that, but I wanted to ask the question anyway, and they responded like that. And that customer care and that service is what really matters to me, especially if I'm looking to do things that are a bit different on my motorcycle. Now, the actual exhaust at hand. We have the Hex Series GRmoto exhaust in full titanium, which I thought was pretty cool. I think the titanium is a titanium coating, but here we are. I don't mind. It was $219.99 RRP. I think that was a banging deal. In the box, comes with a pair of gloves. Don't know if that comes as standard. If it does, that's pretty cool. But they've also done this. Surprise inside. Hopefully it doesn't explode in my face. Let's have a look inside. We'll do that and then we'll get into the exhaust because that's all we care about and what it sounds like. I know, I get it. I ride bikes too. So, in the inside you have the tank pad, you have a business card because I am a man of business. You also have a reservoir sock for my brake that doesn't actually work. Maybe it'll convince it to start working, we never know. We have a keyring set in there as well. Valve caps, because I've got some Larry orange ones on there. These actually, which ones are they? Oh, they're these ones. They look phenomenal, and also a tank pad. That is what it looks like. To the bit they actually care about, we'll go and look at what's inside the box for the exhaust system. In the box you will find a set of gloves, hopefully, exhaust paste. You'll get your link pipe and hanger, as well as a Jubilee clip to clamp it all together. And then, the most important thing, the end can. So this is a half system. I did say it was $219.99 RRP. Hopefully it's good value for money because actually it's packaged really well. Open this up. Oh, that's a Jubilee clip there. Nearly stacked it. Nearly sent it to the stratosphere, Dad. I'll pull it out. That's well packaged. Cool. Time for the little review. Let's see what she looks like. Damn, okay. Yeah, I like it. So there we go, that is the end can. There's a baffle in there. You access the baffle to remove it because they actually care. Unlike some other manufacturers that weld it on there, so you have to get a Dremel in there and then try and screw that out afterwards. Don't know why they do that. It's a pain in the ass, just do this. Rubber grommet there. And then we can look inside and remove the baffle, I believe. Yeah, a little Allen bolt in there. And then we can have obnoxiousness. That's the word. Right, so I'm not going to act like I know what I'm doing because I do not know what I am actually doing. But if I can actually accomplish this, then any one of you can do it too. I think what we need to do first is get the heel guards off as well as the hanger, and then also loosen up the Jubilee clips. It should be a simple process. Famous last words. Jeez, look at that. That looks horrendous. Can you see that? Jubilee clip under here is mullered. I don't know if you can see that. It's been completely rounded off. Don't know how that's happened. Maybe just corrosion over the period of time. But there's nothing for a 10mm to go on there. It's basically cylindrical. That's what that is. I literally 2 seconds later, after saying this should be a relatively simple process, we're now trying to get a Jubilee clip off, and it's literally the first part. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, do you reckon this is going to pass the MOT, or are they just going to say it's a noisy exhaust? Right, so next bit is to get the link pipe on, exhaust paste around the actual downpipe itself, not on here. And then you slide this on nicely and clamp it down with a new Jubilee clip that would actually do up, which is quite cool. And we also need to install this hanger in situ of the old one, which is simple enough. Looking at that, it looks like it only mounts that way, potentially. We should be good. And this is where the mic dies. We decided the old bracket actually fits in a better location than the one supplied, as it won't be hanging on the rear master cylinder mounting bolts. Then we loosely fitted the end can and link pipe on the speed without exhaust paste to just see how she sits. Once we were happy, then we got the old Jubilee clips out, as well as the exhaust paste, putting a fair amount on the downpipe, as well as a link pipe connecting to the actual end can. The instructions said to leave the paste on for at least an hour, and as I've never done this before, I did exactly that before clamping it down, and that we did. By which point it was getting a little bit too dark to carry on filming. However though, hopefully she's all done. Right, I'm gonna... Can you tell it to shut up, please? Right, I'm not gonna keep these guys any longer. We're gonna try and show them their exhaust. Get it out, my shot. Get it out. Have a look. Ta-da! So this is the GRmoto exhaust from the Hex series, the full titanium on the speed triple. We're gonna do it with the baffle in first, of course, because you have to do that. I have to keep the suspense there, and then I'll show you what it sounds like without it. It sounds si magnifique, as they say. Or, because it's an English bike, it f***ing bangs. Right, standard sound with a new GRmoto exhaust. Sounds a bit like a hairdryer. Doesn't sound too bad like this. It is still quite loud anyway. And then sounds very good with the baffle in. Now, baffle out. Sounds more or less the same, doesn't it, on idle? I think that'll do. So that's it for this video, I think. A long ways to go though. We've still got bits to do. I'm so happy with the GRmoto exhaust. Thank you so much, GRmoto, for sorting me out with that. Well, money well spent, I think. I think my dad's in agreement with me. He's trying to get one for his new Honda as well. Next time we'll be doing, hopefully, either the tank, the indicators, or the brake. There's a lot to do.